Shalom Israel, first and foremost, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the house of David. Salutations to you brothers throughout the four corners of the earth, teaching the truth in righteousness and sincerity. To you Israelite foreigners, come back home to the truth. To those that passed on serving the Lord, the dead in Yahweh Shai shall arise first. All right, I'm going to keep my hat on because it's not I'm not praying nor prophesying. I'm making an observation. And the observation is what's going on now. Now I'm starting to notice more Jake that's in the world has nothing vested in the truth and probably would cry on behalf of sodomites because, you know, they quote unquote want them to live their truth. You know, and now we got an understanding. Now they're starting to see our side of it. Now they're starting to see athletes that were quote unquote assigned male at birth like, think about how stupid this society has become. You can't say they were born a boy. You have to say assigned male at birth. Assigned male at birth by who? Who gave that little boy a dick? God. But anyway, now you got transgender boys turning into women and dominating women's sports. So pretty soon you're gonna have the WNBA. You're gonna have a damn Michelle Jordan breaking everybody's records in the WNBA. You're gonna have females' records getting broken by what they have to say are females now. You have to say they're females. They have all the hormones and everything that came with being born a man, yet they have taken testosterone shots and butt shots and lip injections and had a sex change operation, cut their rod off, and became women. But they still have all the strength and everything that came from being born men. And then you have, now you have to start questioning how bad the Republican Party is, because I saw, and I posted about it, I think I might have actually posted it here. But now they got this thing called Vabies. Now they got you know, the Republicans, the Democrats talking about we shouldn't refer to a child by any gender identity until they're 4 years old. And instead of calling them babies, we got to call them Vabies. Not realizing that you're going to subject them to rabies. And I'm being funny. I'm being sarcastic saying that, but like seriously, like these gender, this gender thing. It's weird how this even became a thing. Like literally, how did it become a thing? All of us grew up boy, girl. There was boys and girls. There's boys and there's girls. And now there's a you know, argument, I'll say, where they say now, picture not being able to live your truth because the world doesn't accept you. Well, listen, God didn't create you to be that way. It's not about living your truth. It's about living what God created you to be. Listen, God doesn't care if you see yourself as a woman. God doesn't care about that shit. It's not about, oh, I see myself as a woman now. You know, listen, whoever kills themselves because their gender identity was deemed unacceptable or unacceptable by the world, you know, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not really sorry. You're literally fighting against the God, the natural God inside you, which is not the actual God inside you per se. What I mean by that is the right and wrong. There's a war going on inside people that are like that. And instead of changing society so those few people can be happy, why don't they feel the need to change and say, you know what, we're the ones that came into this thing a little different than everybody else. Like, there should be no concept, no thought of oh, babies and you know, no, we can't say you're a boy or a girl because, you know, you want a baby to live. Because I'm hearing every time, because I even listen to I even watch the show Empire, because besides the Jussie Smollett, you know, sodomite stuff, it's a good show. It starts off that way. Most shows, even Power, degenerated after a while. But, you know, I kept hearing this concept of, you know, sodomites want to live their truth. It's not your truth. Like you that's why scriptures say life and death is in the power of the tongue. You call it your truth, and that's what the problem is. You make a truth around your concept of what you want to be the truth. You don't actually say the truth. And I blame society for that, because that's where you get alternate facts and alternate reality and fake news from. You know, society has been lying to the people so long that now everybody feels that they have a version of the truth that's theirs and only theirs, when in reality it's not your truth. It's either the truth or it's not. You know, it's either snowing or it's sunny or it's raining, or, you know, whatever type of weather God created on that particular day. You know, certain things just are. You know what I mean? It's either red or it's blue. You can't go into the color spectrum and say, you know, red is blue or red is green, or purple is just red with blue in it, or somehow mixed in it or some shit. No, you have to live the truth. You have to identify things by what they are, not by what you want them to be. Because I can create an alternate lifestyle for myself and say, you know what? I'm shy. You know, I'm an alien born in the planet Krypton. And then I could say, oh, well, I want to kill myself because nobody acknowledges that I'm from the planet Krypton. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, and I could draw a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Sympathy from people that say, oh, he's battling depression because people won't acknowledge that he's from the planet Krypton and he's an alien named Shah. You know? People laugh at me if I go around saying shit like that. Right? Or wrong? Right or wrong? People will laugh at me. But I can also go around saying, hey, it's my truth. I can turn it into an agenda. I could get 100 other people. It's just like the Church of the Spaghetti Flying Monster. Those motherfuckers know goddamn well ain't no goddamn spaghetti monster flying around and shit. They know. No, they actually know. They don't believe in it. Pastafarians and shit. They believe in it. Well, they believe. Basically, their belief is that it's your right to believe whatever the hell you want. And that's why they say Pastafarians, Church of the Spaghetti Flying Monster. That's actually a thing if you look it up. And it's not that nobody actually believes in a flying monster that's, you know, spaghetti, made up of spaghetti. They're just saying, listen, we can make up a totally stupid belief and we have every right to believe in it. And that's basically what America does. What people do in America. I can make up a belief that is welcoming to homosexuals. And then here's where it becomes really murky. Here's where it becomes really ugly. It's not even just homosexuals. When you fight for homosexual rights, then you also got to fight, because everybody else that's different is going to insert themselves into that fight. That's where you get transgenders. And that's where you get, and then when you get transgenders, then people that like to sleep with animals are going to jump in that and say, hey, we got the right to sleep with animals. And then next thing you know, pedophiles are going to jump in that shit and say, hey, we got the right to be pedophiles. You know, so instead of telling people, hey, why don't we stop living our truth and start living the truth, and we won't be as stressed out or sad or depressed. Because that's what it boils down to, is people have expectations from the time that they're young and then they're born, and they're like, oh, we want to live this way, and we want license to live this way from society. And then you got people in society that might have somebody in the family that you know, they might have had to, you know, comfort when they were crying. And they had to tell them, no, it's okay. You're okay. You're not the one that's weird. You're not the one that's strange. Society's strange because they don't accept you. You see where that becomes tough? That's why the scriptures, the Bible says, don't be a respecter of persons. Don't judge based on, you know, what you think of a person, because then what's going to happen is you're going to make decisions not based on reality and not based on what life and God did, but you're going to make decisions based on your personal friendship with somebody or the way you view a personal individual. You know, that's why we don't respect persons in this truth, man. Fuck. I think I'm on the Cross Bronx Expressway, by the way. In case anybody that has seen the background and, you know, might think, hey, this is not the regular background. But yeah. we're in this world, and there's a lot of pressure in this world to conform and to think in a conformist fashion, and to accept things that we generally wouldn't want to accept, for ourselves. Like, seriously, like, I have a podcast that I do with some of my friends from college, and we also have a website, which I don't like talking about because then brothers go in there, and then, Israel's very selective when they look at things. If you like me, you're going to look for the good things. If you don't like me, you're going to look for the bad things. And if you like me, you're going to see the good things, and you're going to know what I was thinking. Like, we're going to have an understanding. But if you don't like me, you're going to look at the same things that other brothers might be more understanding to, and say, oh, like, for example, on the same website that I type up articles in, right? And this is really what I was going to go into. We lost the sponsorship with WWE because, they were feeling it. They were loving the website, but then they came across an article I wrote, which happened to be in response to an article that another one of our people wrote. And when I say our people, it's not somebody that I necessarily like. It's actually somebody that I don't like, but she just happens to be kind of like an extended member of our group. She wrote an article. Now, this is a woman that's Jamaican, but she's so liberal. And she basically, this is when what's his name got caught with a tranny, DJ whatever his name is, DJ Big Sodom, I don't know, Mr. C, there you go, Mr. C got caught with a transvestite. And she's basically saying it doesn't make a difference. I still admire you. I still respect you. You're still hip hop, which, I listen. There's a lot of rappers and people that do or have done weird things. But at the end of the day, I just listen to the music. I don't get caught up in, oh, this guy's a sodomite, or this guy wears tight jeans. Like, I don't go into all that, because honestly, you're going to be doing that for everybody. So, but to get to the point, we lost a sponsorship because of an article that I made in I guess you could say retaliation of the one that she put up. I put up an article straight destroying, the argument that she was making on behalf of sodomites, and saying it doesn't make a difference and all that. No, it makes a difference. I'm going to still listen to the music and all that, but I'm not going to I'm not going to justify it and say it doesn't, you're still foul for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Living your truth is inconsiderate to those people in your family that have to fight for you. Because one thing I notice is a lot of people that are straight, that have people that are sodomites in their family, they get touchy about that subject. And they'll say, oh, my cousins, whatever. Are you saying this and that? Like, yo, listen, it is what it is, man. I'm not judge, jury, and executioner. I'm just telling you what God said. I'm not hurting nobody, touching, killing, putting hands on nobody. I'm just giving you what God said. And you can take it how you want. I'm not sitting here passing the judgment. I'm just sitting here telling you what it is. But the way this world is going, it's like, we're trying, and this is where American policy and God's policy differ. American policy says, hey, let's change the whole America around this group of people. But the funny thing is, right? The funny thing about the way America operates and the way it contorts laws and things, it never does that for black and brown people. You tell me one of those executive orders that Biden signed that are in favor of people of color, black and brown people. I'll wait. But when it comes down to homosexuals and LGBT and sodomites and their rights, which at this point they have more rights than I do. Straight up, they have more rights than I do. And I'm not saying, in this society to do anything to them. I'm simply saying, listen, if you want fair treatment, let it be fair treatment all around. Don't sit here and be like, oh, these homosexuals, they've undergone a lot of grief and been through a lot of shit because this world doesn't accept them, and then forget the fact that this world still doesn't accept black and brown people. We're still fighting for a seat at the table. We still want some type of control over our destiny. Don't forget us. Or in reality, if you're an Israelite that's in the know, you know why they forgot about us. They know we're there. They just don't fucking care. They just don't want to show us any love or, nothing. They just want to shit on us, They still want us subservient to them. That's all that is. Bottom line. Second-class citizenship. Get used to it as long as you're in America. That's why we want to get the fuck up out of here. That's why me personally, I preach. I always tell brothers, yeah, you got to make money moves and try to get, trying to put yourself in a situation where you're as comfortable as you can possibly be. Of course, without sacrificing your integrity. But the problem with that is, a lot of people might think that doing that is going to get us any more fair treatment in this country. No, it's not. It's not. We're not going to be any better treated. There's not going to be any more fairness and any more love shown to us by society if we're homeowners, or if we deal with stocks and bonds and shit. Society's not going to love us. They're not going to treat us fair. They're not going to do anything for us. They're still going to hate us. And that's just the bottom line. So I don't want nobody to think that, that I'm saying in any shape, way, form, or fashion that if we get into real estate or we start using the things that the white man uses or the other nations use, that we're going to somehow improve our conditions. You can improve your personal conditions. You can help those around you, but you're not going to reverse the curse. That's not going to happen. The curse is there on us as a nation for a reason. And that national curse is not going nowhere until Yahushua gets us out of here, because that's the true light at the end of the tunnel. You can have a temporary light in the end of the tunnel, but the reason why the Most High doesn't want us as a nation to do all these things and deal with what's that word? Real estate and stock market and all that shit is because a lot of us will forget about them. I just seen it all, man. I'm in the Bronx and I just drove past a store that says Sabrosura, something Latino cuisine, but it has Oriental letters on the alongside it. That's fucking awesomely weird. But anyway, with that, I probably talked y'all ear off for 25 minutes, but you know, we have to, you know, I make my videos not for brothers in the know, brothers in the truth, but for really for people out there that don't know. For people out there that are living lives and don't understand why this world is the way it is. You know, like the scriptures say, you know, for the men that sigh and that cry, for all the evil that be done in the midst thereof. Because there's a lot of people out there that don't know the truth, that are, you know, looking for an explanation, you know, from God, basically. What's going on, God? Why are there so many gay people, God? You know, and before they start doubting there is a God, we want to come with the answer. We want to let them know, listen, people of God, this is why this is happening. This is why this is happening. You know, so with that, I'm going to say shalom.